Hello everyone, I am Conquering History Games and welcome to episode 1 of a new campaign here on the channel. Today we're playing some Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, episode 1 of Norway. So as many of you know, as many of you have told me, the Scandinavian countries received focus trees recently. And I've been getting a lot of asks to do a guide on the Nordic Federation, and I am going to do one, but I thought before I would do that, because to me one of the joys of Kaiserreich is sometimes going in without really knowing the tree too well. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do democracy here. Wait a second, hold on, having a little audio problem. Let me just check this out. But what we're going to try to do here is we're going to play Democratic Norway and hopefully form the Nordic Federation. But if not, I'm just going to show you guys that democracies can indeed be fun in Hearts of Iron 4. So let's get started here. I'm not going to go over the entire situation, but let's take a look at the... okay, we have a divided Air Force. Current organization of the Norwegian Air Force is obsolete. The Norwegian Army Air Service founded in 1912 and the Navy Air Service founded in 1916 see air power only as a supplement in completing their respective tasks. Alright, so minus 30% air doctrine research speed, so we're not going to be doing much of that. Sluggish economy, so it's like we've already been hit with Black Monday. We stayed in the British sphere of influence. Revolution of 25 was disastrous, and we've been excluded from most European markets due to the German Reichspakt. Lack of international trade is crippling our economy. No bueno. Alright, so... yes, we got 3 research slots. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice change from when I've been playing down in Africa. Or even the US in the name of the Tsar. So, we need to decide what kind of army do we want to make here. I've got chromium, aluminum, steel, tungsten. Is that in our borders? Very nice. Okay. Tungsten, plenty of steel. I think artillery, plenty of support equipment. I think we could be pretty self-reliant here, actually. And let's go ahead and do tanks. Yeah. So I'm actually going to take this first tank research right away. Okay, next up. Don't have much going on here, do we? Let's build some infrastructure right there in the south. And we've got 9 divisions to work with. Okay, cool. We'll just grab the first 2 people I see for now, and then we'll take a look at them later. Alright, national focuses. So the idea here is going to be that we're going to hopefully form the Nordic Federation, but we're also going to be a bastion of democracy. We will defend democracy wherever we can, and you know that might probably mean Germany, whose independence we might just guarantee. Except they're too powerful compared to us, and our guarantee would not be taken seriously. Okay, that's funny. But, all right, let's see what we could do here. We got industry stuff. Where is the research slots? We got one here, established FFI. We're not going to be able to know if we can go this way. Well, it looks like we have to first get the Democratic mandate, Democratic victory in the elections. It's going to be in October 36. So we're not going to know for about a year and a half if we're going to be able to head toward the Nordic Council. And even then, we're going to have to wait on Sweden and Denmark a little bit. Let's see, that's a nationalist tree. Over here, we got the syndicalist tree. Okay. So, army tree. Panzer skip question. Something about the Navy. As if we're at war. Okay. Air stuff. This will get rid of the divided Air Force. Oh, and we'll also just straight out get some Air Force if we take those. Interesting. Defensive rearmament, change economy law to early mobilization. Now, I'm immediately wondering, if I'm already in early mobilization, will that send me to partial mobilization? So because of that, we're going to wait. So I guess we're going to fund the NTH, the Norwegian Institute of Technology, as our most skilled scientific institution in the fields of technical and industrial development. All right. Let it be done. And as for this, let's change the color. Let's kind of try to go for our own nation's color, a little bit of a grayish kind of tone, slightly. I don't think we're going to be able to get it exactly right, but that's close enough, I think. And you never know what them dang Swedes are going to be up to. Great. Now, the state of Norway. Norway is standing at a crossroad in history. While the nation is relatively prosperous, civil society is plagued by political infighting and stagnation. The left is divided as a result of schisms within the once dominant Labour Party. The left splitting? Who would have thought? In 1921, the moderate faction broke away and formed the Social Democratic Labour Party, while the radical syndicalist wing broke away to form the Norwegian Syndicalist Federation in 1923. In addition, the Norwegian Communist Party is struggling, and there are rumors about forming a new vanguard party of the far left based on the principles of national syndicalism. So this gets into the part of the lore where our timeline's version of communism has been discredited because the Russian Reds the Soviet Union did not win the Russian Revolution, so that's why people started to turn more towards syndicalism, and then eventually totalism, as we're going to be getting in the charter of totalism here soon. On the opposite end of the political spectrum, several nationalist organizations are jockeying for power and influence. While they are somewhat united in their opposition to socialism, their means and goals differ. While the political infighting has not resulted in violence, the ruling Liberal Party is mostly powerless to handle pressing issues due to its minority government. As dark clouds are gathering once more over Europe, the people are anxiously awaiting the election in October 1936. I hate anxiously waiting for elections. Here in the United States, we're not going to have another election for, let's see, it's June, July, for almost a year and a half, and I'm already sick of election season. Today, the NKP, the Norwegian Communist Party, disbanded itself. Having failed to capitalize on the current economic crisis, the party decided to disband itself and have its members join the newly created Norwegian National Syndicalist Party. Based upon the new teachings of politicians such as Benito Mussolini and Oswald Mosley, popularly known as totalism, the party hopes to aspire to greater things than communism ever proved capable of. Alright. Yet another party of the left. So the Totalist Party, which was previously known as, apologies in advance, Det Norsk Arbeiderparti, is now Norges Nasjonsyndikalistisk Party, or something like that. Kerensky's gone down. Let's see. Are we going to get a good world? Are we going to get a bad world? What is going to happen? What's going to happen indeed? But, with the U.S. Civil War becoming more and more inevitable, I've been thinking about this idea of, okay, so then who becomes the so-called city on the hill, right? I figure Russia is the best example. Like, if the Russian Republic is created, which can take on many forms. In fact, the Russian Republic, you can be market liberal, you could be social democrat. That's kind of like in the middle if you go social democrat. If you bring in the Soviets, things like that. In fact, the Russian Republic is so flexible that I've often said that even though you do have to take some pretty big political power hits, if you want to play a syndicalist Russia, I find it's better to actually just go Russian Republic and elect the syndicalists to power, because you're taking these huge penalties initially, but you get to keep the Russian focus tree and get a lot of the good stuff that comes along with it. So it's sort of better in the end than if you have the Soviet Union take charge. Of course, that doesn't account for role-playing and things like that. So, the lack of international trade has crippled the Norwegian economy since 1925. One of the underlying issues is the lack of work for our large merchant navy. A bright individual in the Foreign Department has recently proposed reaching out to the Empire of Japan, as it could prove a market for our dried fish and whaling trade. We could also lease some merchant ships to the Japanese at favorable rates. If successful, an agreement would provide much-needed contracts for our merchant navy. Let's send this. Now, I always reject this when I'm Japan, so hopefully the AI is kinder than I am. Because I think Japan has to take a political power hit, but there's some other bonus that comes along with it. The Jacobins have been elected in France. Okay, we are on red alert here. We are on red alert for gambling. We're keeping an eye on it now for the coup. Our proposal for a trade agreement has been accepted by the Japanese government and was signed in Tokyo this morning. It will provide much needed relief for parts of our economy. Great. Dang, this is good. Does this cut it in half? I think it cuts all the penalties in half. Nice, and we get a naval dockyard and a civilian factory and 20 political power. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what I want to do here is, I'm trying to think, we might just have to wait for world tension to go up so we can get our war support up a little bit too. Because I'm not sure how else we're going to do that. But yeah, there he is. It's Marcel Diet is in charge. We're keeping an eye out. We're keeping a strong eye out for an attempted coup, for a possible coup by Gemelin. They got to do a lot of things right in order. And then once that happens, we could see a situation where the French Republic and Germany both attack the Commune of France very, very soon. In which case things are going to get real interesting in a hurry. All right, so how do I get war support up? Maybe there's something over here. Let's look at our plans here. We have a light infantry focus we could do. Not Herod's supremacy. Okay. Improve basic training. Alright, so this way seems to be support based. This way gives us recruitable population. Whoa, almost clicked something. So this seems to encourage planning speed, moving a little slower. This is getting higher quality units. Okay. Okay, interesting. Protests against farm foreclosures. The current economic crisis has caused a lot of farmers to default on their loans and mortgages. As a result, their livestock and property is normally auctioned away to the highest bidder by local authorities. The practice is deeply unpopular among Norwegian farmers, but its proponents claim that debts must be repaid and that the auctions are a necessary evil in a free market economy. Yesterday, the Farmers' Party proposed a bill that would ban the auctions. What is the government's position on the issue? Okay, if we allow this to continue, we'll lose a little bit of stability, and for 60 days, we'll get better construction speed caps and factory output. Or we could pass the bill and ban the auctions. Gets event the birth of the Beide Folkets Kresjep. Now, which is the Farmer Party? The Farmers' Party. That's probably Social Democratic. Vestrin. I'm curious what that event is, and I don't want to take the stability hit. We're going to allow the auctions to continue. Oh, I feel like that was a bad idea, because I'm just worried about... I don't want to accidentally do something where I swing to the left. Workers' victory. Definitely don't want that. We don't want the victory of the workers, nor do we want a consolidation of power. We just want to go democratic. And democratics maybe, market liberal? Like with the free market thing, right? Okay, Vidkun Quisling. The Norwegian Benedict Arnold. A former Minister of Defense and the leader of the paternal autocratic party National Samling recently held a public rally. In his speech, Quisling denounced the government for both its handling of the economic crisis and the lack of measures taken against the Norwegian syndicalists. He encouraged his supporters to join Samfunnsvernet, a conservative paramilitary organization, claiming that Samfunnsvernet and National Samling was Norway's last line of defense against syndicalism. So there are technically two parties here. They're the paternal autocrats and the national populists. That's a little interesting. Okay, we got that done. So am I just trying to rush this? I think I am. Just rush that research slot. Where's the other one? Do we get a fifth one anywhere? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, it's way down here. Oh, that's gonna take a while. Okay, yeah, we're gonna rush the research slot, especially if we're gonna. Oh, what is this? Birth of the Bygdefolken Kresheljep. Today, a loose grouping of landowners, farmers, and right-wing politicians announced the establishment of Bygdefolke Kresheljep, partly political and partly economic. The goal of the organization is to oppose the farm auctions and aid farmers in need. Questions have already been raised regarding its independence, as its founders are all members of the party National Samling. Which one is that? National Samling. Is it this? No, that's Syndicalist. While some newspapers have praised its creation, others are denouncing the organization as nothing more than a ploy to increase support for National Samling in rural areas. Oh, the paternal autocrats. So social liberalism is down. Okay. Oh, it's gone. They're gone. They have disappeared. Oh no, I made a mistake. And for what? For this garbage agricultural foreclosures? At least it's gonna be gone in like 2 months. But that's kind of why, isn't it? Watch it like repeats itself, and I get to shut them down again, like another, another administrative period comes up, and I choose to close them down, and then people go, the system, like, the organization worked, and then like the paternal autocrats get more popular. Okay, Samfundsservice in the state. Since Samfundsservice was founded in 1923, the paramilitary organization has been a bulwark against syndicalism. Though controlled and supported by conservative and nationalistic circles, it was even granted status as reserve police by the Police Act of 1928. However, Quisling's recent speech has filled its ranks with his supporters and radicalized the organization. Several voices have raised concern regarding this development and wants us to curtail the organization. Okay, so we're going to suppress this, because we're not trying to go paternal autocrat. We're trying to go democratic, where there's freedom of speech and whatnot. And so we will suppress these people. And they're... Oh, shit! Oh, sorry for cursing, but... Oh, wow. Soviet Russia. Wow, Norway. You stuck with, calling yourself communist for so long, and you just tripped over the finish line with Soviet Russia coming right back. And they're going totalist too, just really rubbing it in, aren't they? Our attempts at suppressing Samfundsservice have failed. The right-wing parties would not accept any compromise regarding the organization, while the left-wing parties demanded an outright ban. As a result, we couldn't build a parliamentary majority on the issue. They will remain a danger. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. I'm just doing everything wrong, aren't I? Can you tell I haven't worked on the guide for this yet? Is it obvious? Crud. Alright, that's fine. What else is going on in the world? What's France doing? Continuation of the Pétain presidency. Of course they are. Formation of the Red Guards. Our intelligence service is reporting the syndicalist parties and trade unions are covertly organizing paramilitary Red Guards. While this is most likely a response to the radicalization of Samfundsservice, it is an unsettling development. This is not good. Let's get training. I sense a war in the future. Three-way Norwegian Civil War? Who's up for it? We're gonna go with... Yeah, let's get them both, actually. Yeah. Damn, we have so few command power coming in because our war support's so bad. Let's look at our leader here. After Norway secured its independence from Sweden in 1905, Prince Karl of Denmark was asked to become king of the newly independent nation. Known to be a strong proponent of democracy, the prince only accepted the throne after he was legitimized by plebiscite, adopting the regnal name Hakon that had been used by the Norwegian kings of old. In more recent years, Norway's perceived support for the Entente during the Weltkrieg had pushed it into diplomatic and economic isolation, resulting in an increased growth of the socialist movement. Despite being respected and supported by the Norwegian people, and his declaration in 1928 that he is also the king of the syndicalists, this Republican movement renders Hakon's position to all but secure. Oh man. We'll get through this. Reason will prevail. Okay, the agricultural foreclosures are gone. Does that mean the popularity of the paternal autocrats is going to go down now? No? It's just a pipe dream? Shit. No bueno at all. Alright, but that's fine. What's Sweden doing? Oh yeah, they don't have their election either for a while. So let's go down here to the Treaty of Stockholm. We're gonna need Denmark too, right? Denmark also has to go democratic. What are they up to? Buying large piles of stock. Mosley, geez, the totalists are taking over. All right, so in theory, they're going to go democratic, and that's it. That's it. It's been done. The attempted coup just happened. It didn't work. There it is. The French Republic just spawned its troops in the south of France. We could be seeing a really strong entente here. If the Commune of France doesn't hold for about 90 days, it's over for them. Because you see, when this happens, go check out my guide on this, but they're going to have an army mutiny until November. Oh, so it's like 6 months now. I think it used to be shorter, which is just decimating their army. The failure of the coup attempt by Gamelin has thrown the entire army into total disarray. Soldiers keep an eye behind their back, even on the squad level, and purges are being operated to ensure no more syndicalists wield any power in the army. This will make our army a total mess for the time being. Poland also just became nationalistic. Roman. This is a dark, dark world that is being created, and we must be the shining light. Coup d'etat in Siam. Okay. Keep moving on these light tanks. World tension's still not up that much. So the entirety of the Entente is, I'm sure, beginning to funnel divisions over there into the south of France as quickly as they can. Meanwhile, the Commune of France is sending a mission to India. That seems like a good use of... that seems like a high priority issue when, southeast France has fallen to the what you would call reactionaries. The thing is, oh, yeah, they called in Italy, so I bet Italy is actually doing a fair amount of the fighting. They've already run out of recruitable population, though. But see, they're not dealing with any mutiny issues. So, this might be... So you see, but notice how they can't get into Italy yet. Because the Alp line is holding. Oh, man, this is getting really interesting really fast. Manuel Carlos assumes full control of Argentina. Everyone's just going national populist or totalist. Can anybody but me compromise? Is that possible? We'll see what happens with Germany. They're dealing with economic issues right now. Okay. I'm going to save up, though, for that early mobilization so that I can hopefully jump to partial kind of quick. What are the Soviets up to? There's Tukhachevsky. Mongolia is doing its fighting, and over here, what's happening? Well, we're not going to know for a while, actually, what's going on with the National Security after the National Security Act, which way they go. Alright, but our army is all trained up now. Fantastic. Great. Although, let me actually look at the rest of this army. So we have an infantry guy here. Although, yeah, I did already upgrade this guy, and he's a... What skill level is he? 4? He was 4, right? Yeah. Oh, I think Carl Gustaf here will be fine. Now, White Ruthenia. We can only guarantee market liberal nations. We are not a member of their faction. So, if we do the Nordic Federation, are we ever going to be able to join with anyone else? We could just always manually declare, like if Germany... This is saying Germany stays democratic, just because they're the most likely to stay democratic, as opposed to... Well, now we got Tukhachevsky's Soviets over here. The Boratdet Rebellion. Yeah, it's getting ugly out there. There's been landings in Brittany. Whew. You screwed up bad, Dietz. You screwed up real bad. But anyway, what I was saying is... As long as Germany doesn't go paternal autocrat, I think we're going to try to find a way to side with them. Even if we can't join their faction, we'll just declare war on their enemies when they're attacked. Or whoever the Soviets end up going after. We will protect them. But first we have to make the Federation, probably. So this is really similar to me of like a United States... Oh, what is this? The Yucatan broke off. Which means the paternal autocrats are running things in Mexico. So they've got the military junta going on. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this happen. Indochina just declared independence. This is a very busy early year. There is a bunch of stuff going on. Sardinia capitulated. What? Oh, that's right, because they're a member of the Entente. The Union of Britain joined it. They joined the Third Internationale. Mosley's already in the war. How disgusting. Wow. Wow. It's getting exciting around here, guys. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen in Austria next. We'll watch these two start fighting. Ireland just joined the Reichspakt. And it's moving a mile a minute out here. Now the thing is Union of Britain considered strong enough to be considered and Mussolini is now in charge in Sicily. Okay, the Union of Britain will have to be invaded to end the war, but okay, so we got Mussolini down here with the Third Internationale. Oh goodness. Counter-invasion in Sardinia. Wow. The reactionaries are going home early. Whew. They've got the... Oh, if they get this tile, they're going to have all the armies cut off here. And still, remember, still, they're dealing with the army mutiny right now. The two Arabias are fighting now. Gee, I wonder who's going to win. But I don't know, this is getting wild enough. I think Jabal Shamar might get this. It is getting that crazy. How many wars are going on right now in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. JB Shang-Chi? What? They're fighting Ma Click? Why? Is that something new? Can they join with Mongolia? The Wallonian Communal Republic just joined Germany. Isn't that totalist, though? What? Or they broke away from... Oh, they left the Reichspakt. Or that must have been just some sort of error. Maybe it's split and then they... I don't know, but... This is getting weird. The rebellion in Flanders, Wallonia has taken a vicious turn in recent weeks with open fighting and the rise of the Wallonian Commune flying the Cockhardy flag in town squares across the breakaway region. With German and Royalist forces gathered on the Meuse for a swift counterattack, hopes for the survival of syndicalism in Wallonia fell into Paris. In a stunning victory for the syndicalists, Germany was unwilling to countenance risking a war with the Internationale in the wake of the Black Monday crisis, and the Wallonians and Germans signed a treaty on the Pont de Fragnes in Liège. The survival of Wallonia is assured, and syndicalism's strength in Western Europe has grown once more. However, war between the great powers has been avoided for now. Wow, so Germany's really focusing on, yep, they're still bailing out the Junker estates. They don't want to deal with this. They don't, even though the Commune of France is on its last legs, they don't want to get into it because they're concerned with the economy. Kind of isolationist of you, Germany. Extremely isolationist of you, actually. This is getting real interesting. We don't have war support, though. Damn. Okay, let's pick up then, maybe I should get a tank guy. What do you guys think? Nah, let's, industry? Got a few of these here. I have to complete a certain focus for this one. I need the AS Norsk Jernvunk or something. I need to come all the way down here. It'll give me steel and allow me to get that designer. Gets event the Oslo Analyzer. Well, I think we're about to have our election. It's October 63. So let's wait until that comes up. But it's getting very interesting around here. Very, very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 focuses I would have to take to come down here and get that designer. Could just get something else in the meantime. Not the infantry equipment. We want... What do we want? What do we want? We're gonna get... Oh, these are the same, aren't they? Alright, we'll go ahead and get that light tank one in the meantime, and defensive rearmament. Yeah, I just am curious to see how that works. Oh, we can get synthetic refineries if we come down here. That's interesting. It's not like oil's kind of the thing we're missing in rubber, but synthetic refineries sort of suck. They're just not even worth it. So let's instead do the Infrastructure Act. Gotta do it at some point. Here it is. The Stortingsvalget 1936. Today, the Norwegian people elects a new parliament. The election is tightly fought and will decide the course of Norway in the foreseeable future. There are 4 possible outcomes. First of all, The Radical Socialist Labour Party is campaigning on a platform of socialist reform. The Society Guard has declared that such a victory would force their hand, whatever that means. Another possibility is the Social Democratic Labour Party in coalition with the Liberal Party. Furthermore, the liberal market conservatives could gain power with the Farmers' Party, who will win. So it's radical socialists, social democracy / liberalism, and market liberalism / social conservatives. Okay. Remove national spirit syndicalist interference. We don't have that national spirit. Did I miss something? Did it not pop up? Well, in any case, that's long enough for this first episode. Thank you for joining me, and in the next one, we will have our election. I will see you then. Please be sure to subscribe if you have not already, and ring the bell so that you're always notified about every new video that goes up on the channel, including the ones in this series. You have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you around. Bye.